Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of Hall County Sports Television. I'm your host, Garry Glenn. Well, the football teams that we've got left both won in the first round of the playoffs, and we begin by talking about our game of the week, which saw a big-time rebound by the Flowery Branch Falcons. After being shut out by Clark Central the week before, Branch beat a good Southwest Dekalb team 28-6 in the first round of the 4A playoffs. The defense pitched a shutout until the fourth quarter, and a big key to the game was the resurrection of the running game, led by our player of the game, Jeremy Haley, who had over 120 yards rushing and a touchdown. Austin Brown, the quarterback for the Branch, threw for over 120 yards and 3 touchdowns, 2 to Logan Conley, another and a 2-point conversion to Casey Osborne. Next up for the Falcons, a road trip to unbeaten Kell from Region 5. Kell beat South Forsyth 49-7 last Friday. Welcoming back to the show now, Coach Lee Shaw from the Branch. And Lee, it was a complete turnaround from the week before.
Really was. Our kids responded well. We knew if we had a chance we could play good defense against this group and get in the red zone and put up points, which we had put the ball in the red zone several times against Clark Central, so our kids still had a lot of confidence in that, just to be able to finish. And they did a good job of doing that the other night.
We talked last week on the show about learning things from the game, and obviously you did. You saw some things you needed to tweak, and it worked against Southwest Dekalb.
It was. Our coaches did an outstanding job, and our players, like I said, responded. They're very coachable, had some great practices, really worked on a different game plan, really, kind of going into the red zone and anticipating what they were going to give us coverage-wise, and it all executed well.
Well, I intimated in my opening comments about one of the keys to the game was the resurrection of the running game.
Absolutely.
And obviously I think you agree with that.
Absolutely. Our offensive line did a great job. We didn't get that going last week, and it really hurt us. Even though we threw for 300 yards, you still got to feel like you got to get the running game going to open up everything else. And when Jeremy Haley gets rolling, he's hard to stop, and that gave us a huge surge into the game.
And, of course, your receivers, particularly Conley and Casey Osborne, they continue to do well.
They're so solid. They run great routes, catch everything thrown at them, do a good job blocking on the edge. They're good football players, and they're a big key to our offense.
Let's go back to your defense, too. As I said, pitched a shutout till the fourth quarter, and then they scored 6 points. But you tightened back down. Absolutely.
Our defense is no-name defense, the Black Swarm,
Yep.
Just guys getting it done on paper. If you try to compare two schools, we're going to lose it on paper. We're going to lose it on the look-see test. But in the intangible, playing with heart, our kids do a lot of that, and they're coachable, and they're where they're supposed to be, and they're fits, and they've gotten better tackling. So our defense is really the heart and soul of this football team.
Many times when I was doing play-by-play the other night, I don't know that I could call a single player. I just said, they ran into the middle of the Flowery Branch defense. You had so many hats on the ball.
That's key for us because we're not blessed with a lot of speed on either side of the ball, and our kids know you got to keep speed in the box, and the only way to do that is get 6-7 kids around it.
So now you get to play Kell on the road. But you've been a great road team in the past, but obviously these guys are for real.
Absolutely. Anytime you're 11-0, you're for real. And it's all relative to who you play, of course, and the region strength. But they're a good football team. Watching them on film, we'll have one of the best running backs we've played against. The kids are very coachable. Looks like they're where they're supposed to be. They get off blocks real well defensively, and they're great tacklers. And so we got our work cut out, but we're just excited to get to go and to the second round. It doesn't matter where we go.
And again, you got to beat them all to win it all anyway. And we saw even in the first round, we saw 1 seeds fall.
Absolutely, and that's the thing about the playoffs. If you can get in, anything can happen, and it gets strange on Friday night sometimes.
All right. Lee, congratulations to the Falcons.
Thank you.
Good luck to you against Kell, and come back next week, okay?
Absolutely. We appreciate that.
All right. Well, we head back to the running trails. We're going to do some updates on cross country when we come back.